So let's go through this. So what do we have here? Okay, engineered for musicians, precision in every beat. What I'd recommend doing is you have it up here, wave in-ear monitors, right? Your name of your product, it should be in some subheading in the hero section up here. And for a hero section, I would follow, honestly, the traditional format for hero section. So instead of having a watch video button on its own, put in the buy link in there as well, a buy button, okay? So you'd have two basically call to actions. That way, you're not basically assuming that people are going to see this buy button up here, because in all honesty, it kind of blends in with your navigation menu. Because if I set this view height to 650 pixels, this is kind of what most screens are going to see on their when they land on this page the first time. So this is it, and this buy button up here kind of gets lost in the noise, So what I'd recommend, push this watch video. You can even put it in sort of like maybe a white button instead, and then put the buy button next to it, okay? And then we have at the top, in a subheading at the top, wave in-ear monitors, engineered for musicians, precision every beat. And then you have the price, and that's fine. This could be a nice angle for you to hone in on as well, is that designed for all musicians. Maybe this is the angle that you focus on, because you have, decent amount of social proof here with the different influencers who are wearing your products. This could be the thing that you're focusing on, is that we are the earbud. I know you kind of have it here, engineered for musicians, and you have, okay, I'm starting to understand how you're positioning it now. You're positioning it as the earbud that's worn by musicians. But you know what the problem is, and I've just realized it now, is this collage in the background. It's not noticeable. I didn't even notice it when I first landed on the page, because your earbuds take the center stage. You know what you'd be better off doing? You'd be better off doing following a hero section like this, basically a shot of the influencer wearing your earbud, and then you call out their name and their social proof next to it. So for example, if we go back to your page, you could take this photo of Anton, because he has a lot of followers, right? So you could say Anton Glishkin, and then you could say 450,000 followers. And, you have a shot of him wearing your product. That could be a lot more powerful. And then you have the headline, wave in-ear monitors, engineered for musicians. And then maybe for the second part, instead of precision every beat, I feel like the second part, precision every beat, I feel like just everyone kind of says that, So maybe you could talk about what I would love to know. What are the things that all of these influencers have said about your product that's common to it? Okay, so you're saying hear every nuance. So maybe it's this then. This is what we narrowed down to. Engineered with dual 10mm dynamic drivers. Hear every detail from crisp treble to rich bass. This could be your subheadline. And I think this is what you're missing. So you keep your headline, engineered for musicians, precision every beat. And then instead of showing the price, you replace that with a subheadline of this. Engineered with dual 10mm dynamic drivers. Hear every detail from crisp trebles to rich bass. That just makes your copywriting so much stronger now, because we have a headline, we have a nice image of an influencer actually wearing your product, which is so much more powerful social proof. That feels like musicians are wearing it. That feels like there's a lot of hype around it. And then we have a great subheadline that reinforces your bold claim, which is engineered for musicians, precision every beat. Now you have some actual numbers that you can actually give them. It feels more sciencey because you have 10mm dynamic drivers, right? So we're calling that out. All right, now I'm just going to quickly look at your buy page. Let's look at this. The most important thing I would say here is in these images, if any of these are top influencers, add some text in here to call out who they are and what their following is. But I would repurpose this collage of images you've got over there and bring that back into your listing photos. Bring that collage into this. I also read in your notes that you were looking to basically understand whether you wanted to merge the learn more parts of your page and the buy parts of the page into the one. The best approach, if you have the traffic, if you're sending more than 50,000 sessions to this page, or even more than 25,000 sessions to this page per month, you could easily run an A/B test and test out two of those different flows. So you could duplicate this page and have the buy box on this page at the very, very bottom. And if someone clicks on the buy on that page, it would just scroll them to the bottom. And then you could test version 2, where you have it in two separate stages, where you have the learn more on just all one page. So they're just learning about the page on the first page. And then if they click buy, it will go to the next page in your funnel, basically, like how it's showing right now. I would say your best bet is to test that. But honestly, what I'd recommend is just focus on the fundamentals. And what are the fundamentals for you? They're going to be your copywriting, it's going to be your images. That, I think, if you can really nail that, your copywriting, your images, and the layout of this page, and make sure it's really, really dialed in, that's going to produce the majority of your results. Not exactly the flow of whether they get redirected to a buy page, but I still recommend that you test that anyway. If you're looking for further help, we do offer a service where we can craft a high converting landing page that is designed to outbeat your current page by at least 10%. Our specialty is designing these high converting landing pages, and we pretty much do this every day for the e-com clients we work with, such as Snow, CarePod, Soloway, Velvet Caviar, and many more D2C brands, helping them to increase their ad performance and get better results in terms of their conversion rate, average order value, and overall profitability. If you're interested in learning what results we can get for you and how our process works, and check out the description. There are links to our website. And of course, you can also book in a call with me and answer any questions you have. Cool. And I hope you got some value from this video.